Whew, bit of a hasty start. Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. My name is NutRaisin. We are playing more Powerfest MTTs. We are playing more PLO cash games, and we are raising it up. The second hand we get on the PLO 11 Powerfest. Not fun to raise either. Oof, just came in with the dog, and I need to catch my breath. And send out a tweet, put on the music. He cold calls, that's interesting. All right. He comes over the top again. I hate life officially. Be the shortest tournament ever. Open ender, backdoor flush draw. This huge pot, we're not going anywhere. We could shove, we could check call, doesn't really matter at this point. Good luck, man. First half today. Grab a pair, and that's not gonna do it for us. I'm not sure what he was doing. And just like that, the first bullet in the $11 has been fired. It's, hit and a miss. Yeah, swing and a miss. Are we at the same table? That would be awesome to know. I don't know. We're not. Then one of these guys would have more blinds. So the squeeze by the ace, king, queen, jack there is like the re-squeeze. It's not a thing, or it shouldn't be, but you know. The other guy said king, king, jack, 8, something like that, double suited. Bummer. Oh, that was quick. Quick and painful. All right, let's turn the music. Didn't even send a tweet out yet. Damn. Mostly sorry about it. Nobody has a sweat anymore now. At least not in that one. Wait, why is there no music? Oh, because I turned on the headphones. Okay, that makes sense. There you go. Nah, bugger. The squeeze is fine. And we call it re-squeeze. Or the raise on our end is fine. Yeah. I think it's an okay hand that either goes away or doesn't. I'll post it on Discord, see what people think. If this early in the tournament we at a 100BB, we maybe want to play this differently. Don't quite see how we could fold to the reshove. Oh well. Not wearing the lucky hat, that has to be the problem. Okay. Some PLO cash games run at once off the hook, as it has been the last couple of days. Almost 100 players at PLO 10, 75, 74 at PLO 50, and even a few folks over at PLO 20. Got seated at the full PLO 20. And set a PLO 10. Table start mode PLO 20 as well. I guess we'll have to take first then in the 110. Big pot happening here, wow. Blocking some stuff? Not really. So he flopped it. Not sure what he was doing in descent in the first place. What did the other dude have? Skarnov? Something. Oh, we don't see. I think he folded before the river. Yeah, that explains why he has so many chips left. Ooh, nope. Let me actually double check the PLO metrics for our bust out hand there. See if I overplayed it. I did. Matter of fact, I did. The solver wouldn't even raise that one. And if it does get raised, the ace queen 9-7, ace 8, 7-6, all of those do get raised. They get raised folded. Damn, double damn. All right, no use feeling bad about it right now. But noted. Queen 4-3, even unopened, I doubt it in the cutoff. Let's see. The king queen 5-6 is probably fine. The 4-3 might be pushing it. Would be fine. King queen 4-3 would be a fine raise first and call. Okay. Interesting hand between the two of them. Knight had a really good draw there. I guess he had a better one on the whole, since he had a wrap and hearts, and this guy just had a gutter and over pair of tens. Well, not an over pair, just a pair of tens. Double gutter, hearts. Also a small 220. Dollar tournament on stars, and I think I'll play this one as well. All about at the MTTs for this week and the next. In the big blind, nope. Flopper right here at PLO 20. Some redraws, some backdoor redraws. He bets. All right. Oof. And get a hand in the 110 Powerfest. Looks like we're good there. Maybe kings or something? No, 9874. All right. Squeeze down here and see a very nice flop for it. All right. And turn a pair and a double gutter at this point. No hablo español, welcome. Take it down on the cash game table. And here we let it be. How's it going, no hablo? I unceremoniously busted the first bullet in the $11 freeze out really quickly, like played two hands on the first bullet. Had an ace queen 9-7 double suited. And then a huge pot flop the open ender backdoor flush. And couldn't go anywhere at that point, but turned out later, upon checking it in the PLO matrix, that I overplayed this hand slightly. I shouldn't have been in this spot. Tragically. But we re-entered it and are also playing the 110 Powerfest and have a small $2.20 tournament on stars as well. Just because I feel like playing tournaments right now. You know what? This might be a tad too weak. I'm gonna fold this one to a raise. Let's see. For under the gun, starting to have some doubts. No doubts here. We can still also go with pot size opens. Gutter, backdoor, flush draw, double gutter. Matter of fact. That's all right. No hesitation c-betting here. Picking up a pair and a blocker now, I guess. And there's that second nut straight for us. Bet fold maybe? Take it down with the aces. Eight-six. No, the 8-6 is fine. That's a fine open under the gun. Cool. Was temporarily a little bit unsure about that. But it would be a raised fold, in case you're wondering. Did we get a call here? I think we might have. No. Very similar to the hand I busted with in the first bullet. Except the 6 was a 7, I think, yeah. Might have been the same suits, too. Two pair is a start. So, what do we have? We have a pair, some backdoor stuff. That's pretty good. Well, it does change something. Puts the flush out there, but we're good. Good. At a newly formed PLO 20, picking up offsuit aces here. Some connectivity between the side cards. Out of position, more inclined to raise. Pretty good. And let's go with that. I think I need to pin a note to my screen, man. As you can tell, I totally remembered. How's it going, Kevels? Ugh. The queen 9. Dude, how did you even see a turn? Jesus Christ. Nice hand. And Pennsylvania, of course, peace. Sounds good. Yeah, I did a study stream earlier today as well. I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. I hope you're staying healthy as well. And PenCB MTT course, how is that? I heard decent things about it. A little to do. You can see a 64 roll off on a turn. A 7. A 7 is better than a 4. And here we're just pushing it now. Sometimes we're up against 10s or queens, but there's also a humongous amount of draws right now. Well, and that's both bullets of the Powerfest today. Both first bullets, at least. Yeah, it was over quite quickly in both cases. Damn, damn, damn. So, on second bullets in both tournaments, this might be a short stream tonight. We don't go anywhere in these. I'm incidentally feeling a little bit tired today. That'd be a record-setting short stream. But for now, we are on the second bullet in both of these. So let's see where those take us. We can't check out the last hand there, sadly. Since we switched tables since then. But yeah, the other guy had a wrap. Bit unfortunate. This is gonna mess with my head for weeks at least now, Kivouts. Can I take a note on you here, maybe in this chat? Like, no. Could report you for confusing me. Okay. No, I thought maybe they have a nifty feature where I can put a note behind your name, reminding me who you really are. But apparently I can't. It's a pretty superior flop. So that's a new record. We busted both first bullets within not even 25 minutes. Yeah. I'll check. I'm really not worried about any turn, not even the deuce pairing should be an issue here. Still lay down. If you get re-raised, then I shall be a tiny bit sad, but then it is what it is. So they're never going to give us a straight here. Not if we check behind on the flop, which was sort of the whole point. Although I didn't want to lose anyone. I don't see that much calling here in the sport when I bet the flop. Three big blinds extra. Sure, let's see one. All right, that went a little better. We have a chance to win big here. Yeah. Trying to lead some leagues. Yeah, that's a good start. Nice. Sounds awesome. So how many days do you have to study before the big tournament starts? When does it start? Three-word part, huh? I'm telling you, okay, but if I had a post-it note right now, I would actually write that down that you're no other Australian. I'll put it on my screen, but I don't, so I won't. Just keep telling me, like, repetition will do the trick eventually. But I'm a slow learner. That's the word. In case you haven't noticed. What's the last hand? Yeah, that's fine. Queen 7, 3 deuce. Basically doubles to the trash. Right now I'm falling asleep three-handed, which isn't great, but I can't really work with any of these hands. It's a tiny step up. Okay. A little better. Okay. It's a decent board, I would say. So you bet on the flop and check the turn on the 3. I guess pretty much the overpairs would do is like the ace queen wouldn't bet anymore. I think I'm gonna call here. Sometimes lose against aces and kings, and that should pretty much be it. Nice try. Nice hand, my friend. Nice hand. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Not gonna lie. Two pair and a decent splash. No, actually, it's not a decent splash. I shouldn't even have limped here. This one I could have just folded, probably. On the second. All right, the free roll is tomorrow. What free roll is that? Is that of? Is that a mastermind free roll? 7 is relatively inconsequential. I'm gonna call down here again. Very nice. Did it to him twice too. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, I'd be emoting too, I think. Oh, you poor bastard. Good stuff. Pair, gutter, and a backdoor flush draw means we're not going anywhere here, probably. Well, that helps. Well, it doesn't help us, but it makes our decision much easier, I guess. 2 pairs. Is it ever going to be good here? I doubt it. No, it's not. We could check Rapid. So I'm sort of running out of time to think here. Hold it. This table likes us. Just YOLOing it with a pair, huh? Bluff works, bluff works. Pair, flush draw. That's nice. In a 220 on stars. Take it down there. Well, it's not the best. It certainly is not the worst board, given the stack to pot ratio. We're just getting it in. Right on. The platinum pass free roll. Ooh, any? Ooh, I didn't know about that one. Any? How do I? Is it open to everyone, basically? Or do I? Cause you know, if it's a free roll, I might be down. You already told me. Probably. Against the crazy dude. Yeah, but that's different for the names. That's just with the names is my downfall for the most. But especially if they change on me. That I would just attribute to so many things going on. That'll be my excuse going forward. Right on. Sims and force down here. Good enough. Let me take it down. Big pot happening in the 11th power. Aces versus aces. Looks like he makes it straight. He can't draw out, making the flush. Let me see, the platinum pass free. Well, I can just search the tournaments. First decent hand we've seen in a tournament in a while. And decent-ish. It's not great, it's not horrible. We are gonna fold it to a raise, I suspect. Can't find it as a free roll so far. Yeah, if you told me, then apologies. As you can see, forgot. Raise it. Come on, Earl. You're good for raise, I know it. Nope. Nope. You know what's gonna... I just noticed. I found it out how to remember that you switch names. You have the VIP badge. And no habla español is a pretty recent nick. And I would have remembered given an out new VIP badge just recently. Good for me. You can be stupid as long as you're not dumb. This bracket challenge, alright. Did we talk about that? I mean, yeah, right, exactly, right. That one. Duh. Phew, good save. Don't think anybody noticed. 160 players equally divided on PLO 10, PLO 50 on rounded ones, another 10 and another 15 at PLO 20, PLO 200. And no limit hold'em, 50-50? No, actually 50 at, well, almost 50 at no limit 20, but 83 at no limit 4. Here, I'm just gonna call. Curious that everybody folded so far, but and now he raises it up. That is cool. Yeah, something like that we still call. Giving us a double gutter. The 10 of clubs would have been a little bit more interesting. I think I have some luck to spare today. Not that I have that much, but I already busted first bullet, so, you know. I'll gladly send you luck. You go take it down tomorrow and get that platinum pass. That would be amazing, man. Could you imagine? Thinking of a turn. Okay, done here. I think we'll check. Oh, that's fine. Should have checked there. Kind of messed that one up. Splash pot special. Otherwise, just a straight up fold here with these suits. Not much cooking. If he checks, they're probably going for a bet on the rainbow board. And here, who knows? Maybe nobody has an ace and we're good. Looks like we are. Dash pot special. He calls. Calls pretty quickly. Which isn't the king 10 and the 10-8 we block, so I'm gonna go for the max. Maybe it's a set. I don't really know what this is. Yeah, this is set, and a set couldn't let go. Set without any blockers, so certainly gonna give him the POW. Note, he might be a pay of wizard. Because, you know, it's on this board, it comes down to a bluff catcher that's set. But well done. Nice call, nice call. I like my line though. Suda, hey, hey, hey. How's it going? I tried to figure out what the 4 would be in lead speak. But I can't quite figure it out. So I'm just gonna go with Suda, but it's nice to see you. You don't know how to pronounce your name in full. Another 10 is curious. Another 10. Well, that changes a lot. Here we're gonna go for the race. Get caught by queens, that would be cool. Cheers for the good luck, Suda. Toddy G, what's the deal? The deal is a min open fold. See you later. Kibbles. See? I am learning slowly. Now, see you later. You go get some study time in. Looking at the multiplayer part here, probably. We have nothing of relevance. No blockers. So, be nice to see you showdown, see what people play. Maybe can take a note. He was the razor, he was the caller, right? Yeah. Was for the full part. Not a flush draw rolling off. Check 7-5 in MP. I believe that gets folded. I think it's a pretty clear fold too. Let me double check. Seven, 5. Yeah. And very clear fold. Nothing close to it gets played. First Jack Jack. The weakest Jack Jack that gets played would be the Jack Jack 9-8 or 10-7. Hey, Triple T, good to see you. The sweat's already over. We busted the big tournament. Well, the big tournament for the day, the $11 in record time in 2 hands with the double suited ace queen, 9-7 in a 4-bet pot in the end, which flopped an open ender backdoor flush draw. Couldn't do anything there. And on this one, we turned a set on a very wet board, saw pot size open, pot size bet on the turn, and came over the top and had to let it go. Not had to let it go. Had to rebuy since we had to be let go. Interesting. Oh, hello. Deuce of... That's even better than I was going to say Deuce of Hearts. This is way superior. Because now we might have a redraw if he has the same hand. Well, we do have a redraw. Awesome. Also okay. In that case, we just get it in. You have us right now, then we certainly have outs. No, but you flop pretty big there as well. So I get the raise. But we get the money. Getting the money. Indy 110. Very sexy looking hand as well. Sexy enough for sure. I have a few nice hands all over the place. Okay, he's low on chips. We're gonna just push it here. And take it down. Here, start off with the check. Probably take one off. Yeah, now we have, now it's a little bit sad, but we probably, probably come over the top, huh? I don't know. Got on hearts, anti-overpair, so we're not really going anywhere. And now for $2, it's stupid, but I think we have to let it be. Little to do there, but fold at this point. Certainly not the worst board, I would say. All right. We fade what we need to fade and take down another one at PLO 10. Right on. Also pretty neat. A little bit torn. The button does show up with the nuts here. It's definitely some frequency. But we do take it down. Here we run a nice bluff. Ooh. Ace, queen, queen, 4, double. Get raised by a player that has been pretty active so far. Okay, it kind of settles it. Ooh, flopped it with you. Wow. With that hand, huh? Not as tight passive as the avatar would make you think here. And with the wrap, we do want to see a turn. It's the 110. We're already on the second bullet, so sweater's out of the question. I'm only playing for myself, so to say, yeah, I'm gonna gamble. Potentially rebuy. Ugh. All right. Yeah, it was an express gamble, though. Trying to run it up early. A little bit of a nicer hand over here. Oh, wow. Good flop. Hello. No joy. And here we take it down. What are the stacks like? All right. D-Resid. Hey, hey, hey. How's it going? Getting at least one of them, just not sure which. Opinion between about Bucket Tool versus Visions. Leaning towards Visions currently. You know, I'm not shy about sharing my opinions at all. In this case, I don't have one yet. I used the Bucket Tool for maybe 4.5, 5 hours, and the Visions I used for 4 or 5 hours. Bucket Tool I used for maybe 10. I need to use Visions more and need to use the Bucket Tool more in order to have an opinion on that. Sadly, I got nothing in that case. I would go like currently, so right now Visions is still, hang on. Visions is still free for mastermind members, right? As long as Visions is in beta. I heard, although I'm not sure about that part, I heard that Visions will at some point be an extra charge. But so I would say like this: if you want to, or maybe interested in the mastermind training on top of it, then just get a month of mastermind, and then you have the Bucket Tool included, and you have the whole mastermind. If Visions suits you better because you already have way more post-fluff stuff, although that's coming to the Bucket Tool really soon as well, when we're going to be hooked up to the entire mastermind cloud and all their simulations they ran. But yeah, if the current state of the Bucket Tool ain't enough for you, and that would be just fair, and Visions is more appealing, and you don't, mastermind wouldn't be a worthwhile bonus for you, it's not something you have your eye on, then go with Visions. Otherwise, go with the mastermind for now. Well, the Bucket Tool is free there for mastermind members. Yeah, maybe that helps. They're both good. I like them both. In Visions, I like that I can easily play a hand on. Like if we train a spot on the bucket tool, we go like, okay, do we check, do we bet, do we raise, fold, whatever the options are, and that's that. If we train a spot in visions, we can already right now we can already go until from the flop until the turn and until the end of the turn too. Like if we could, like, you train a spot, you say situation whatever, and you raise, and then in visions you can say, okay, now what if I get raised here? What do I do? Do I fold it? Do I call? And you can tell visions, I want my opponent now to raise me, and then visions will ask you, should you be calling, and will quiz you on that as well. And then you can even continue that onto the turn, which I think is amazing. And it's not something the bucket tool does right now. So that's something as well. So is turning the nuts. Take it down here. Are we taking it down here? Really? How's that possible? King 7-6-5, double suited. Okay, yeah. That's one of the few hands we beat. Yeah, so let me know if that was of any help to you. That's pretty much all I got right now. And feel free to ask again in a couple of weeks. Right now, due to the Powerfest, I'm not doing as many study streams as normal. But once those resume at a normal frequency, then I'll probably have a more educated opinion at some point. You call, you squeeze. No? Wishes were horses. Kippery, no. No. The answer is a quick and a very, very decided hell no. We busted the $11 within 2 hands. I'll post a hand on Discord later. I found out later that I actually misplayed it a bit. I overplayed my hand, but I had the ace queen 9-7 double suited. Why the jack and why the jack of clubs? And we ended up in a 4-bet pot on the flop 3 ways, SPR less than 1, and we flopped the open ender and the backdoor flush draw. And that was that. And in the 110 it was way more reasonable. There I turned a set, which was, given the action, always good until that point. And somebody else picked up a huge combo draw and knocked us out on the river, making us draw. So no, today is not that day. I'm also, unless we make a deep run, we start to make a deep run on one of these second bullets now. I'm not going to register any more tournaments. Maybe the ones at 11:30, if we are still around in these tournaments by then. The hypers. Other than that, it might just be a shortish day of streaming. Shadymanic. Oh, maybe I misspoke. Visions, yeah, I probably used the wrong terms there. Visions, of course, is not part of the masterminds. I meant the bucket tool. Good to see you, Shadow. Yeah, of course. It's the bucket tool that's part of the mastermind. And Visions now is part of Run and Runs training, but it's not included in any Run and Runs training plans as far as I know. Low on chips in the 110 second bullet. And we flop a flush draw. King rolling off, not very helpful. And an ace in the end. I doubt it'll be good 4 ways. Sorry, here. Turn the top set. This guy opened on the button, I raised, so far so good. This guy cold called. Take it down. Take it down here. Could get used to this. And here's probably, that'll be a check raise this time around with the gutter and the nut flush. Hey, sure thing. D-Resit. Always have to look twice to figure out the name. Sure thing. Yeah, with our stack, we're just getting it in here. I think that's fine. Also, we might just take it down here at some frequency. Like a non-negligible one. Yeah, I guess you do have a set. No, just a, okay. Well, I'm down with that result then. This guy loves, Gabriella loves cold calling. Jack versus tens, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have folded against her alone, but once he calls, we're out of that hand. On the jack turn. Take it down twice. King 10 8 4, huh? I guess we could overlimp. Open ender 2 backdoors. All right. With the 2 backdoors, we are gonna call here most likely. It's doubly true once somebody else enters, continues. Yep, so they do. Giving us the 10-high flush draw on top. And he pots it, which sounds about right. And he calls, getting an insanely good, well, yeah, getting a pretty good price for a decent draw. Ah, so close. So close. Here's queen, the queen 10. So here the queen, yeah. I guess with his short stack, probably. Not gonna get it down to heads up very often if I raise, so just limp again. Check 10 8 4 with the gap there. So doesn't look too bad. Hey Shadow, do you have an opinion about this? I asked around, but nobody really had an opinion about these tournaments here with an ante. Once the stacks get below 50 big blinds, what the opening size would be. Okay, my one takeaway from some mastermind studies. Hang on. I got 20 big blinds. So if I rip it, we probably get it down to heads up with some extra money in there. We're not doing bad against most hands. Okay, let's rip it. It is the second bullet. See where it takes us. No, he calls. Oh, that's not great. Oh, maybe it's all right. No, running deuces. I mean, there are plenty of other ways. Everybody had their hearts blocked. So it actually looked pretty sweet for us. Gosh darn it, running deuces, really. All right. Move this over. Flop, I would have gone for the check raise. Turn, I would have probably gone for the check call, maybe sometimes check raising. Although way less of that, I would say. Yeah, the aces. It was a pretty lol day at the tournaments. In the first hand of the $11, I definitely overplayed that one, but it's, as I found out later, wasn't aware of that runtime. You with me on some PLO 10 table, Skippery? Sorry, PLO 20. There are 3 of them running, matter of fact. Loves the cold calling, that lady. Just doesn't care. SPR2, huh? Okay. Folding on table 3. Not much to do here, but let it go. Oof. I'm sort of playing really fast and loose with the second bullets right now. And this is working out to our advantage. Yeah, so about the raise size in the tournaments with the antes. Once I get below 50 BB or the average stack at the table goes below 50 BB, I don't think I want to bet pot anymore. But I can't quite figure out what a good bet sizing would be, like 2.4, 2.7, maybe. Oh, we have 4 ways, wow. Two pair, you say? I guess although we need to fold a few raises. Flop of flush draw. Alright, double gutter against the big blind. Don't really want to bet here. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Strap in. Late, but I made it. Fun study session earlier. Hey, appreciate you liked it. That was fun. There were some what the fuck moments there. Glad you enjoyed it. Oh, cheers. The stream, it might just be the shortest tournament stream of the Powerfest. I busted both first bullets. the first in really quick fashion, 2 hands in the $11, and the second one in the 110, where we're on the second bullet, where we're still in, but on the second bullet, where I turned a set and somebody else turned a monster draw, and that was it. By the river. And yeah, made a few nice, like, sort of hero calls on the PLO cash game tables earlier against the dude who got pretty pissed off. So there were some highs, there were some lows so far. If I don't, right now, I'm sort of not really reckless, but I'm trying to build a stack in the tournament. So if it doesn't work to my advantage, it might just be a short stream. We'll see. We'll see. I still hope it won't be. So here. Situation-wise, this is not too similar from an earlier spot, from the spot actually we checked out from our study day, basically. I think I can pot it, get it in here. There's a pair and a blocker. Oh, come on. Get a pair of fives. I mean, in the end, it's a good hand to be up against. We're doing quite nice against that, especially on the turn. The poker fool. It's a Powerfest. I kind of read it in Mario's voice in my head. It is. So this guy pretty aggressive, I think it's safe to say. He checked the turn. He checked the flop, checked the turn as well. Yeah, I believe that flop was not too dissimilar of the whole situation was not too dissimilar of the King 10-8 board we were checking out today. Shoot, poker fool, shoot. How you doing, by the way? How's the cold, the flu, if it is that treating you right now? In a limped pot, turn a straight. How do you save your live streams? Right. So either in Twitch you turn on like save video on demand somewhere in your settings. I don't quite know right this minute where, but it's somewhere in your dashboard, I believe. And if you want to save them in OBS, there's an option in OBS where you, hang on, maybe I can dig it up for you. Let me see. Right, in OBS, you know, in the settings, at least in my OBS version, it's the same in Slops and Streamlabs OBS. Go automatically record when streaming. And then, hang on. So that turns on recording. And I believe under, where's the thing? Under output, in my case, you go to recording and then, you know, you put in your settings. I record in slightly higher quality than a stream these days. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Always with the cold calling. She really can't get enough of that. Who's turn variance, baby? Yeah, don't you know it? Ain't that the truth? Defending the big blind. No good on this board. Although we do have an open ender. Apparently, Kippery's tips already helped you out. Awesome. Here's Kippery. I'm blocking all of our outs, huh? But no, straights are there, only the flush. And 4 diamonds at that. Making it a little less likely. We go with a bet. But Werdos for now feel okay. I hope that persists, man. Cold calling Gabriella. Not going anywhere yet, apparently. It's a beautiful run out. Quads help. Ooh, that ace is spicy. Although he is so loose aggro. He could have any 4 cards. Okay, no. Yeah, let's give it a shot. All right. Beautiful ace ace queen 8. Double suited. Not checking here. Hang on, I can show you my options again. Output, yeah. Output, and then there's a recording tab. Like this. Why is it not showing this? Why is it not showing this? Hang on. Why is it? So, oh, because when I have to move it up here. Damn it. Now the table is in the foreground. Hang on, now everything is getting weird. I'll show you in a second. Who bets the pot now? Really? Oh, because you turned to 6. Wow. All right, here. Here the money's going in. That's a good hand to be up against. That's a beautiful hand to be up against. Wonderful. So let me try this again, see if I can show you. forgot to record it. Well, if you already enabled recordings on Twitch, then see if it's in your Twitch channel under like past broadcasts. Yeah, it's here under output recording. And by the way, that's also how I record my videos without music. Like in the advanced audio options, like right click on the little gear symbol there for an audio. You can assign tracks to all your audio things that are going on. And so I set that on track 2, only my microphone is being played, and I record only the audio track 2. Works beautifully. There are other ways to do it, but they're way more involved, way more complicated, and that was really easy to set up. Yeah, I'm not playing a great game at the MTTs after I busted the first 2 bullets. I'm not tilted or anything, but I'm basically trying to get something going or bust. But I'm not claiming great play right now. I did try my darndest while the sweat was still on, though. But man, I almost glossed over the fact that you streamed a PLO session on Party. Hey, awesome. I would like to see it now. Well, welcome to the streaming community then, I guess. Neat. Feel free to hit me up on Discord about with questions, by the way. I have to do it from the web. That's an interesting turn. It's been a while since I set up chat, but I set it up in Streamlabs, on the Streamlabs website, yeah, and then I imported it as a browser source, basically, in OBS. And I would suddenly be semi-interested in seeing, or would actually be interested in seeing a river. If it wasn't a diamond, I would love this one. Ooh. I want to see the gold coins. I sometimes forget to check how many of them are in there. And if it's worth my time. For the one BB splash, I might have just stayed away, potentially. Yeah, and Streamlabs, OBS, but I don't like Streamlabs anymore. It takes a lot of processing power, which isn't an issue for poker streaming, at least on my PC, and it shouldn't be on most. But Stream Elements is just nicer. I can detach the chat, the activity feed, my Twitch stats, and my stream information with the stream title and everything. And have it like nicely clustered to the bottom left of my screen. Is wonderful for my purposes. I really dig it. But for setting up alerts and stuff, Stream Elements is nice in the beginning. Sorry, Streamlabs. So confusing sometimes. I'm actually planning on, probably after Powerfest, beginning of next month, of uploading a few tutorials for streaming setups, specifically for, there are a bunch of them out there, but specifically for poker. And upload them and make them and, make some videos, upload them to my YouTube channel. Some tips and tweaks that I learned over time. Basically, right now, at least what I have in my mind is like a video series showing from scratch to a finished stream with everything that you want, all the some nice tweaks, like the automated window arrangement software I use and stuff like that. 2 pair. Oof. All right. Not many great runouts. You return a set. Okay, I have to show you a hand. Hang on. Oh, that was funky. Hang on. Then we took it down here as well, it seems. Yeah? In a very decent... Is there anything happening here? Yeah, hang on. Fast forward session, made a big $2. Hey, yeah, I wouldn't play... I've heard... Like, Aruklas was playing a lot of PLO 50, a lot of PLO 25 on party for weeks. Fast forward, and he was saying that it's basically impossible to beat the rake. So I have that information third hand, so don't quote me on it, but maybe consider playing on other sides for the cash games. Oh, the aces, but not great ones. All right, so maybe now I get to show you the hand. Here, where is it? Here. 8-6-4-3, double suited. Not great, not horrible. And it was a big splash. It was like 8 big blinds in the middle. And somebody else 3-bet. Somebody else cold called. I called closing the action. And we saw the flop of, Jack 4. Then the king turned, the king rivered. And I took it down with a pair of 4s. The fuck? Oh, how's that even possible? Way too fast forward party poker, way too fast for me. Yeah, that's also a valid point, I'd say. And I do know that across all sites that offer fast forward formats, the regular tables are pretty much always softer. So there's that. Streamlabs uses less CPU than OBS. Fair enough, okay. I got fed up with OBS. I actually don't recall quite the reasons anymore. There were some things that started to irk me about it. Also, there are some things that irk me about the company, but that's a different story. Oh, that's all right. If it works for you, then, don't change the running system. Fair enough. Not planning to become a streamer. Rather see you play. Hey, that's nice of you to say. Nobler than how you doing, you beautiful bastard. That's a good entrance. Personally, I'm doing fine. The poker is going meh. I busted both tournaments. Like there was the record-setting 2 hands in the $11, which I fired a second bullet in and I'm now out of. And here I got made a little further, but also busted. Both in reasonable fashion on the flop, so not much to complain about there. But yeah, might be a short stream. We're short stacked in both tournaments that I still have on the stream, that I still have on the screen, I mean. And I'm playing kind of fast loose, either doubling up or busting them. If I bust them, then I might just call on a night. Because I started the day being tired for some. It's one of those days where I slept enough, I ate, I was outside, walked the dog, everything fine, but just tired for most of the day. Not sure why. No real reason for it. Actually, none at all, since the weather has been beautiful here too. That's sad. The cash games have gone okay. I think we're down like $10, but I made two nice calls in a row against a very active player. Those were a lot of fun. So yeah, it's gone all right. How's it going in your end? Almost forgot to ask, nobler than you. Loved beautiful bastard, by the way. Both check really quickly. Was the Love is in the Air song request a reply to, like a musical reply to the beautiful bastard? If so, then well done. That's a mesmerizing video. I need to turn my eyes away. Threes and deuces, eh? And a hand we can work with in the 220 fast. It's not a fast, matter of fact. See a min raise in the threes and deuces, closing the action, one more BB, that's all right. He likes the flop, just parts it, huh? That's acceptable. Another fine hand. All right. That makes 100%. And this will be, well, will be erased one way or another. Fatigued for the sounds like Corona. No, not really fatigued, just a little tired. No. I don't think it's anything like that. All right, let's hope that keeps him out. Wouldn't mind playing this one heads up. It's a strong start. All right. Too much carbs for sugar. Yeah, that I had like fried potatoes for dinner. That might have been it. In which case it'll wear off soon. Not the worst, unless he has a jack, which he does. You're my kind of streamer, playboy. You know what? I'm not used to comments like that, so I'll just take it at face value and enjoy it. So cheers. Especially for saying you kind of streamer. Although, maybe it's especially the playboy. I don't know. Tough spot. Cheers. Very nice of you. And a few brewskis while self-quarantining is a good way to do quarantine. Quarantining? I feel it's a mixed strategy. That's scary as shit. That's a scary probability. I'm not gonna lie. But to put it into proportion, at least a little bit, in Germany, I think we had like 10,000, not in Germany, some places had 10,000 deaths in like X amount of weeks, which is horrible. And it's a number, it's basically just a number. It's like 3 deaths is horrible, 10,000 is a statistic somebody said. And I get what they mean. It's just tough to, it's a fourth or a fifth of a football stadium being wiped out. If you put it into that perspective, then it becomes meaningful. 10,000 is... It's tough to imagine for our brains, is what I'm trying to say. But to put it into perspective a little bit, which is where I was going with this, the flu season kills, 25,000 people in Germany every year. That doesn't make anything better. It's just, just saying this is not the scariest thing to ever have happened. Although I'm not enjoying any part of it. I don't know. I hope you got the intention behind that. Did Hook refuse to die? Case of the TMIs, oh much Jesus. Yeah, I kind of agree. Right, let's play this. Let's do it. I don't give a damn. Oh wow, what the hell? Why do we only have 20%? Oh, because you have 10s, really? Jesus. All right. Okay, that sounds like a whole thing that I'm not touching. Wow. Shows that there's some tough shit going on out there. I like the Salvo as a pussy teddy bear. Also like ace king king 5 double. Top and bottom. Cooper normal 3. Yeah. Cooper. Just to put things into perspective, that, it's not, doesn't make it better, but yeah. Yeah, uncertainty is harder than certainty it is, especially with the media being the way it is, where, bad news or speculations just sell, no matter the topic. And that doesn't help. That's something, I grew up in, I was 10 when the wall came down. I grew up in East Germany, 10 or 11. And of course, I know quite a bit about former times from my parents. I can recall some stuff myself as well. And one of the things that are an interesting contrast, I would say, to how it is today. I haven't, by the way, looked the following up yet. I would be very curious if I can find some crime rates, some crime statistics for Eastern Germany on the net. I've been meaning to do that for a while. What didn't happen in Eastern Germany was that every day on the news you read about, a kidnapping, a rape, a murder, whatever. And they happened. They happened a lot, but you just didn't read about them. Of course, downside, it was state-controlled media. The shit you did read about was, at the very least, very controlled and, it distorted reality to a very large degree very often, which, fair enough, to be fair enough, is true a lot these days as well. But my point being, the world had plenty of bad people in the GDR in Eastern Germany as well. You didn't read about them, and so you didn't worry. Nowadays, like when I look around in why did I check? I guess it's fine. When I look around where I live and I see parents, I see young kids, like, let's say like 8, 9, 10 riding their bikes. Most of their parents are with them, like walking behind them. Like, what the fuck? That has to be horrible. I'm living in a rural area, I'm not living in a big town. And I would have hated that as a kid. I want to take my bike and ride out with my friends and have fun. So, this part of helicopter parenting, which kind of touches on that. Where's this whole thing going, by the way? This is a strange topic. But anyway, yeah, people feel insecure. They're not insecure. They don't feel safe. And the way the media portrays our reality has a big influence there. And that's what I liked about Eastern Germany in that single respect, about the media in Eastern Germany, that the world was full of shitty people back then as well. You just didn't read about them. You didn't think about that a lot. You just felt safer. And ever since then, the world has gotten safer. In Germany, like, crime rates are way down and everything, at least the official crime rates. There's some argument to be made. Maybe those are skewed, whatever. But yeah, it's weird. Like, the hard facts, or the facts, insofar as you want to believe them, tell us the world has gotten safer as a whole. But yet all I read about every day is rape, kidnapping, murder, fire. And, subsequently I feel like, holy shit, this is a dumpster fire I'm living in. I better watch my kids when they go out. Is that a way to live? I mean, anywho, this was weird. We usually don't have that much on stream, but I guess there's the time and place for everything. It's very dog humor. She's fine. Okay, good. Division manager from Walmart. Man, you guys are soft. Well, yeah. I'll take that at face value. I am. Never been a tough guy. Get raised here. Oh, I thought we had all the kings. Sorry, I thought I had kings here. Then I can fold. That one I wouldn't have bet either. Yeah, good for you. Big surprise. 20s! Always fun to say a name. I am fine. I hope you're fine too. Yeah, all good here. I'm fine. My loved ones are fine. All is well so far. Knocking on wood and that whole jazz. Thank you for the good lucks. Yeah, the tournaments, it has eluded me a little bit today. Did some crucial spots that didn't go my way. What's this gonna be then? That's cool. Need to fade 2 outs, and we do. Good stuff. That was a beautiful spot for him. With, these ruddy aces, you're like, oh yes, thank you, I get to put it in. Putting it in, but it was no good on that flop. Nice answer. Making the sport a good deal more intriguing. What do we do if everybody keeps checking? Okay, that answers that. Let's do it. For the record, I think calling is better. The more chocks, the more it sells. Yeah, I also read the rest of your comment, by the way. Yeah. And a lot of stuff you read online is being put together by bots. There's no human involved there at all. Yeah, it has. Yeah, it used to go in depth, and that's what I have tuned out of media for the most part. I partake like for, I'd say 5 to 10 minutes every day, but I don't care for politics at all. I don't. You ask me about the names like anybody in Germany except our chancellor. I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you who some of our top ministers are. I straight up have no idea, and I don't give a shit either. I admire people that can. It's just for me, it upsets me when I read too much about politics, especially if I read some politicians say. I'm just to get physically sick sometimes. So yeah, tuned out of all of that. Yeah. I figure if I'm not informed, it doesn't make any difference, and I live a quieter and happier life. That's a highly personal choice, and yeah, it's one I thought treats me well ever since. Getting a pair now in the open ender, and that's interesting. It's really small. It could just be that he's already crushing it. If he wants calls here, but I think we see a river. The open ender, the jack, and like another jack would be kind of funky. Heart would be interesting. Open ender would be interesting. Let's see. Now we have just a jack with a 10 kicker. If he bets again, we're out. I most don't think of it as state run. It really is. I got some very firm opinions on that. Yeah, and I don't disagree with you at all, nobler than you. That was the main reason why I did tune out of the media 20 years ago. I read Weltschmerz with NutRaisin. Yeah, I guess a little bit. Yeah, but I made a report on, it's a story I told before. I'm not going to go into too much detail, it'll probably be boring. I did a book report on 1984 back in the day when I was still in school ages ago. And so, with that, I started thinking about I naturally had to think about the book a lot, and I did that before. I read it before, didn't read it for that report, and I instantly saw a lot of parallels to what I perceived as my present day reality back then, and still do for that matter. And yeah, so the newspeak, if you remember that, if you read the book, if you remember that concept, how to, in a very broad sense, how you shape language in order to influence thinking habits, thinking and people's actions, people's behavior. That's it. Like using language to shape behavior and even thinking, which is, on the surface is something like, yeah, sure, of course, that has a big influence. And so, long story short, I had a renewed interest in reading between the lines in various newspaper articles and everything. And so here's my takeaway, just my personal takeaway. You make of that what you will. Call me a weirdo or a conspiracy theorist, which I'm not really. So in the GDR, it was not everybody knew. You had a couple of newspapers, you had 2 TV stations, and everybody knew that all the news that were reported anywhere, basically, got passed over a desk, right? And on the desk, there was a person who either nodded, got like, okay, or went like, nope, change this, change it to how I like it to be, please. And that's how it was. And everybody knew. And that was reality. And so imagine my surprise when I looked into the media and started reading between the lines a little bit and noticed that the same thing seems to be going on today, where you... some examples that I'm able to translate, there are some that I'm not. Some examples was that back then there was a conflict in Kosovo, and there's the key word. It was the Kosovo conflict. Always. You never read a single newspaper, never saw a single news report where it was the war, the Kosovo war. It was always a conflict in Germany. So that was one thing that made me go, huh. The war on drugs, always the war on drugs. War in Iraq also was always a war. And, now for one side's freedom fighters or the other side's terrorists. Now I'm kind of meandering off a little bit of my main point. But yeah, the Kosovo thing was one there. I have other examples, but they're in German and they're not going to be meaningful since I can't really translate them. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, it's something, if that interests you and you never thought about it in those terms, which I'm sure most, if not all of you have already, then maybe pay attention to that, like how certain events are being called and see if they're called in a different way somewhere else while they're happening. There's an awesome example that I only have in... Can I translate that? Let me think. There was one thing that made me go like, oh, fuck this, I'm out. It was finely crafted, so if I'm able to translate it, it's gonna lose a lot. I can't really come up with an English translation. For those of you... hang on. Yeah, so I'll just let that pass then. Anyway. That was a weird 10, 15 minutes there. How did we do in the poker in the meantime? A little bit in profit. Cool. Tournament, still have some blinds left. Okay. Orwellian, yeah, oh yeah. It was never science fiction, by the way. He described his present reality back in 48. There was never something describing the future. I just chip my children chip in the chair. Completely missed that. Weltschmerz. Weltschmerz is no, it's a good word. Yeah, it's I know what you mean. It doesn't fit perfectly, but it is a good word, and it sort of fits as well. It's not inappropriate. Weltschmerz is if you're like sighing in general, things that make you go like and a little bit sad, a little bit, maybe even more than a little bit sad and depressed about nothing specifically, but about the world in general, about the sorry state of this potentially so beautiful world. That would be Weltschmerz. World pain would be or world suffering, but not the world suffering, but you suffering from the state of the world. Those would be very literal translations, very direct translations of that. Weltschmerz. It's a good word. Yeah, it's used in English as well, I believe. Yeah, and that's the weird thing, Nobler Than You. It is a look into the future, or in now our present day reality in large parts, but it never was a book about the future, as far as I'm aware. He was writing, he was writing about present day reality in 1948 and just switched around the numbers. So, now to lighter topics. How about that capital punishment? No. I think that's enough of all of that, maybe. That wasn't inappropriate at all. Wow, we're getting close to the money here already. That flew by pretty quickly. Hey, today we have 30 entries now at PLO 20. That's nice. I guess we can ditch the PLO 10. I only stuck around because of the cold caller to our left who was fun, but who is since left. Defending the big blind here to get some poker talk in for a change. Flush draw and some decent future blockers. Let's call you once. And that's a good card to start bluffing on, I would say. Raising it up here. And we take it down. None of this is helping. So yeah, I'm getting close. We are getting close to the bubble. We're short stack, so I would still like to get something going. Don't, it's the second bullet, so the backers are not involved, so I don't mind not making the min cash. I would rather play for a big stack or bust. Be an interesting run out. Have we been involved for any reason? She did have a 10, no? At the open ender turned to 10, okay. Yeah, it is sick. It is. It's because the world really hasn't changed since then, in certain regards, He didn't need to extrapolate much from his present day reality. Sure, share away. Post a link or however you want to share it. That's cool. Also YouTube hand. Hang on. I was gonna say that doesn't look like what you're trying to show me. Here, open under. I was gonna say we should see decent amount of folds. As we do here. I reset all the, in case you're wondering, I reset all the deep tables. I'm gonna play for 100 BB today, I believe. No, Pokefool, I busted that was a record setting. I played 2 hands in the $11. Even played, yeah, but I played on autopilot in my defense, not in my defense, but yeah, I played on autopilot. Here we're ripping it in if he has quads, or, well, there's also a straight flush out there. I guess we just call. Don't quite have to fold in me. Okay. Neither, just blocking the straight flush, I guess, and having the nut flush. So Pokefull, I'm only in the 110, sadly, on the second bullet here. Also not gonna enter any other tournaments anymore. We bust this, and that'll be it for tonight. Sitting on a whole bunch of cash game tables at this point. Oh, there's the link. All right. Let's see it. Yeah, it's playing in a really tiny window here. Oh, now he's... Okay, he's just 6. Oh, he's winning. He's winning it like that. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. How do you use the old stars theme? Yeah, sure. Let me fire it up really quick. Also, welcome back, Heads Up Master. Settings. Yeah, easy. You go into settings, table appearance, and then bottom table graphics, and then you disable the new Aurora. You just wanted to hear me say Aurora again, didn't you? Yeah, just disable the Aurora theme. And then you should be good to go. Yeah, no one looks hard. That Aurora thing looks horrible. Legitimately horrible, at least for me. Boss, that is very nice of you to say. And sleep tight, man. Yeah, maybe see you the next day. Stay safe during these crazy times. Thanks for tuning in. Looks like we saw a bust out here. No, we didn't. We saw a double up. The 1/3 bet took it down on that table. The lobby is gonna stay in the new design, I'm afraid. But at least the tables can be made bearable again. Interesting. This is one of the hands I'm still having trouble with. As in, am I calling here? Am I 3-betting here? Let's check it out in a second. I know I'm not fun to raise at this point. Another poker full. I'm down for that. I'm very, very down for that. Yeah, sounds good. I think tomorrow I play a 55 one as well. It's not great, but we do block the nuts right now, and both, yeah, easy get it in from this point on. Woody has the 10-8. Ooh, we need to get really lucky here. Only the 5 would have done it for us. There's a bit of a pity. Let's check this hand out. Only gets called. Even double suited does not get raised. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the type of hand that still gives me trouble. Kippery being very helpful in the chat. Cheers. Kippery, yeah, I do have Aurora off. Looked really, really horrible to me, at least on my screen, on my settings. Cards were small and meh, just didn't like it at all. I had to turn it on for 6-card PLO. That didn't work with the old engines. This Taco, that's a good nick. Also D-Stocko. That's a good nick. Thank you for following, is my main point. Cheers. really love the delay. Yeah, yeah. Makes network for nothing. Say it again. No. Thank you for your question. Brother. Said the exactly same thing. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, not only did he flop middle set, but the other guy had top set with aces, and another guy had a bottom set with sixes on a 6-8 ace board, I believe. So that was pretty wild. Calling here once for sure. Interesting turn. Yeah, for a 6-card PLO, yeah, exactly. With the delay, you would already heard about this. Will already have heard about this. Agreed, for no limit, that is wild. That is a very memorable hand. Didn't get mad as ideas. Riveting story, like the ending. Absolutely no hands coming our way right now in the cash games. And here we're 8 of the money, I guess. Oh. Wow. Webcam and talk isn't interesting. It's not easy to set up. Webcam and talk isn't. That's weird though. Then the talk isn't gonna be, it's not gonna be fitting the action on the tables, right? This is of course sweet, by the way. What? All right, I guess we're playing at least for a side pot here. I don't think Rochelle is going anywhere. Rochelle. Or where are you? It's a bunch of dynamic hands. I would describe it as such. And this time we take it down 3 ways here. Yeah, but doesn't that create some problems if... Let's see. Webcam and talk is on no delay, right? That's probably... I actually have an idea how you would do that. It doesn't matter. So... Yeah, but then then the talk would be 3 or 4 minute offset to the table. So if I say something about, what I prefer to do about the poker, then that's not going to be easy to follow, is it? Is it worth it? For the social aspect, sure, but I basically couldn't comment on the poker anymore, or could I? Roll another 4 off. No? Alright, this bad beat him. I fold you always. Just didn't feel like it. Alright. Defending the big blind down here. $79 remaining in the tournament. 72 getting paid. Why bet pot? I don't believe you. That's a reason to bet pot. For me to believe you and for you to get paid. Works all around. Make that 78. Stick on a cold call here, I reckon. I think we can get away with that. Can I, Capri? I think I can. Oof. Now, if this guy folds and this guy puts it in, we might want to go with this. Leaving this extra money there. I don't know, man, at this point. I don't know. I think we call. That was something nice. Don't have to flush draw. That would be 2 pair. That would actually be a set for us. The set is pretty strong as far as I understand it. In PLO, even. Nice. In 3 hours? No, not tonight. Not in... Unless we make a super deep run here, then I might add it. See if we can bluff him out of this. Pretty sweet. Ace Jack 7 deuce 3. Oh, that guy. Yeah, here in the 3-barrel and all in there on table 4. Yeah. I mean, the Jack 997 single suited wasn't that much better, I felt. Suddenly we are in the top third here. Okay. That's putting it nicely, but we're doing fine. 28 out of 77 remaining. Is my main point. Interesting. Yeah, what I think the too many carbs theory holds up. I'm getting a lot of life back currently. Oh, hello. Two off the bubble. In the tournament, as they say in the German language. As they say in German as well. I would assume with the dead money, yeah. And was it the call before that? Like cold calling the 3-bet as well? Cheers and thank you, another poker fool. Got a little bit lucky. This feels like a fold, triple suited. Let me check that one up myself. Yep. Fine raise, a fine open, of course, and a fine raise fold. Oh, he was under the gun. Weird. Don't think that's an open. Technically, let's give him MP since there was somebody sitting out. He had like the 8754 single. Yeah, strikes me as a bit weakish. And he left. He's been doing it 2 or twice. Do we want to come over the top as a bluff? I think we might. Might get some credit here too. Well, it's not the worst. And given the SPR, we're getting it in. Also have a pair from the board, I'm just realizing, which is nice enough. Ah, really? Fuck off with the ace. High flush. Good for you. Good for you. A nice hand. Still hand for hand here. On these exact Stone Cold Bubble at this point. In the flop is 3BB. All right, cool. Thank you for checking, Kipri. Appreciate it. Bubble still has not burst. Folds to us, we might just open this for pot. Could see a lot of folds. All right, in that case. Not sure what good this does. Not the extra 12 PB there would be a fold there. All right, that's also good to know. Looks like PLO 20 tables are breaking a little bit. And the bubble has burst in the tournament. Need 3 bells again. Make the 2 pair. Interesting turn. I'm gonna check this one. That's sort of run out, huh? So he checked the flop. And now bets. Tempted to raise him a little bit. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not. If he has a king, well, it could be like a king 7 that doesn't have spades, for example. Could be turn to big draw. All right, we call. I think that makes a little more sense. Here we get put all in by a shorty. Need some help. How about a 5 or a 3? Actually, the 3 wouldn't be any good. Only the 5. All right. But now we get aces. He bets really small. Okay, whatever. That'll work. Come maybe with hands like there was a runner, but hands like that. It's the fold pre. All right. Noted. Trigger hands where you cold cross 3 bets and see the win rate. Yeah. Actually, I'll do that after the Powerfest, or maybe if I get to it before. But that's a good call. I haven't really run much database analysis at all in the last year. So that's something. After Powerfest, I'll probably take a few days off and then I'll dive into that a little. Ace, king, 6, single suited with 22 big blinds. Plenty of short stacks around though. Keeps betting, but I have 3 clubs, really? I guess we just close our eyes and click call. I believe that was the right decision. How much is up top on this one? Probably like 100, yeah. Pretty much exactly. Which would be almost 100 times the buy-in, so, you know, in that sense, not horrible. Had to mix in some PLO 10. Because there's only 2 PLO 20 tables at this point. Oh, see action here. From the shorty. Nasty. All right. Hello. Still take it down. That spade ran out, huh? Ooh, how did all the money not go in on the flop, especially against my stack? That was, well, you could have had 80 more big blinds. Should step the turn with dominance. Hang on, I'm gonna catch up to that comment in a second. Yeah, probably spaced. Sounds like I spaced out there. Follow Fiberos River, yeah. Sounds good to me. Against a low 22-cent raise, I'm really not sure what to do. Oh, it's PLO 10. I thought it's PLO 20. In PLO 20, you couldn't even do that. Duh. Spaced out again, I guess. All right. Okay, noted. Table 4, table 5 are PLO 10. You prefer again flops like this on PLO 20. Rainbow board, we have a top pair. And a gutter, bunch of blockers. Might keep him from betting that 5. Pick up another straight or a raw though. 10 and a 6, give us a straight. And no, I think we used it queen. Oh, quick call. Wow, wow, good for you. Let's not bluff this guy. Ever again. Jesus. Nah, but we'll bluff him again at some point. Just in case, I have to balance my vocal range there, I guess, in case he's watching. You never know. Might be somebody, it might be a friend of the channel who just now heard me say, oh, never gonna bluff him again. To take that into consideration more. This guy does fold a lot, and I enjoy that. Wait, did I? Oh, God, I thought I checked. Oh, fucking hell. I looked somewhere else, and I thought he checked. And then I would have checked behind and bet the river. Gosh darn it. Oh, hello. Three bet here. Another spades flop, which isn't helping us. Need to put pairs, which also isn't that helpful. Not many bet cards in this deck. It's also one that does make a lot of hands. I'm gonna call though. He does have a lot of incentive to bluff. Yeah. Oh, no, not yet. He does have eights. Could have the full house. You have it on the flop? No? What the hell? He had 8-8-5 deuce. So he called with the hearts, I guess. Jesus. Good for you. All right. Called a limp. Thought about just raising, but now we're getting it in here. Two of a heart as well. We have SPR 2. Well, actually 2.5, close to 3. Hey, that's very nice of you. Andreas Fröhlich coming in with the host and 20 viewers. How did your session go, my friend? And how did yesterday's go, for that matter? I didn't get to stick around long. So, welcome over, everybody. My name is NutRaisin. More PLO, slightly lower stakes than what you've just seen. We have 2 PLO 20 on run at once. We have 2 PLO 10s, since we don't get enough PLO 20 right now. And we are deep-ish in a 110 Powerfest, the only Powerfest we have left for the day. Yeah, and I stream and play full-time the great game of PLO. Welcome over, everyone. Thank you again for the raid there, Andreas. Give you a shout out. Nut. Thank you for the good lucks. Appreciate that. I hope you had your fair share of that. For those of you watching right now who might not be following Andreas's channel, please do. He is, well, you probably heard him commentate on the Galfond challenge. There's a frequent co-commentator. And he's also a coach for Run It Once and streams and plays PLO on his channel as well. Looks like we split it up here. That is fine by me. This is one I pretty much always see bet, I would say. Doesn't suck too much if you get raised, although there are some rather interesting turns. Can roll off. Yeah, so how did the session go? Played some more Powerfest tournaments earlier. I had the quickest bust out so far in the basically any tournament I played in ages. 2 hands was all it took in the $11. One of those starts to the day. Get some nice hands, get a decent one here and a very decent one here. Double suited aces with a queen and a 5. Just gonna call this. That's good to me. This guy insists on keeping it up with the weird opening sizes. Lose another PLO 20 table, sadly. Check here, not really much to protect against if we are ahead. Get reseeded in the tournament. Let's see, is that a blessing? Actually, it kind of is. We have 2 big stacks, but they're both to our right, which is, you know, fine. That's a good place for them to be. And we have 3 tiny stacks to our left. Sadly, this ain't a bounty. We would take it down. We would turn a pair as well. All right. So down to 1 PLO 20 on RIO and 2 PLO 10s. I guess we can add another PLO 10. Where there are plenty of entries, 88 to be exact right now. Ross has been on fire the last couple of days. Everybody's staying home. Everybody's playing poker, I guess. Well, for a given value of everybody. Here it is. A beautiful hand to double up with. In the 110 Powerfest. Everybody folds. Boo. This guy, do we note him? No, but we marked him generally as a pretty aggressive player, which isn't fun to have on our left. Easily covers us, so he can really put the pressure on. Good day, up 1K. Ooh, that is a good day. Nice. Nice. Pokerful, is it me or is does the stream keep on buffering? So I reduced, sorry, I didn't see that earlier there. I reduced the settings 2 days ago and they should really be fine for most people now. So I quote unquote kind of hope it's you. Try refreshing. Hang on, I'm going to put it in the chat so you don't need to wait. Ooh, that looks promising. Yeah, every once in a while I got reports of people telling me that they had some lag, had some stutter. And bet pot for change, by the way. Bet half pot here a lot as well, mixing it up. And yeah, so I reduced the settings and it should be fine for most peeps. Okay, here we get it in. No. Yeah, front door, back door, that sounds all right. We get it in as well. I'll switch between the two. He just calls. The queen certainly ain't ideal, but puts another flush out there. We take it down with the kings pre-flop. Puts another flush draw, which we also have, so gives us a gutter, I guess, with the jack. We'll make a straight, which wouldn't be all that exciting. Against that hand, we're doing rather well. So we completed in the small blind, flopped in that flush draw. I guess for 1BB we see a turn. Ideally a different one. And with having Shazam up there, the other person left, I am not keen on heads up, so I'm going to ditch this table. Bringing us down to 1 PLO. Actually 0 PLO 10 tables. PLO 20 tables, what am I talking about? It's laggy sometimes. Some people, the lockdown puts the servers to the limit. Yeah, it might be their servers or just ISPs getting a little bit congested in some countries. The internet service providers not really being set up for this high of a capacity of users and bandwidth requirements. In most countries it should be fine, but you never know. All right. That was a decent Shazam, having doubled up there quickly. Such a fine looking hand down here. Right now the pay jumps are negligible. They really don't matter that much. When do they start mattering? Yeah, final 10 basically. That's when it starts to get a little bit more interesting. Speaking of interesting, Mr. 22 cents, I raised 22 cents coming out of his shell and putting the 3-bet in. And over here we put the 3-bet in ourselves, take it down. That's nice. Depending on the sizing, like had he bet pot here, I would have just gotten it in. We still could. Actually, very well could. We have a massive wrap here. And it's a rainbow board. Even the 6 giving us a straight. Any card in our hand and the 6. Wow, yeah, I think we go with this. This is a little bit too nice. Don't do it that way? Okay, cool. I'm fine with that run out. Very neat. How many entries did we have here? 554. Okay, so top 10% already. That's something to be sort of happy about, I guess. Just sort of only because it's the second bullet. I busted the $11 one. So far, it's the theme for me in the Powerfest. When I make a deep run, it's in the low buy-in tournaments, and I Tend to bust the higher ones so far. Oh well, we'll shake off that curse sooner or later. Plenty of days left. It's only day 4 of, I believe, 14 days, potentially longer. I think there's talks about extending Powerfest. Would really put the strain on me. Since I'm already streaming 14 days in a row. Alright. We could go with this. I think I kind of don't mind. Another Mr. 22 cents. Well, we have a gutter in the overpair and blockers in the backdoor flush draw. It's not great, but not checking. Let's see, let's not make this down. Let's go deeper. Ooh. Let's not go deeper, is what the dealer says. Fair enough. Was a decent enough run, I guess. Take a screenshot. And with that, I'll probably end the stream in a couple of minutes. Wasn't quite feeling it all day. Blue Boy, heads up PLO is horrible. It is horrible for me as well. It is not my game. I never studied it at all. And I don't do well on it. I don't feel very comfortable in it either, which is the biggest sign for me not to play it. Yeah, might as well call a night in a few minutes. We only have PLO 10 at this point. Let's see who's on, who can we raid. And also what's happening tomorrow. Let me check up on that, because I believe tomorrow a bigger tournament is coming up. Let's see. Should be KOs again, which I enjoy particularly well. I enjoyed a lot. I really prefer the PLO, the KO tournaments. Let's see, which ones are we playing tomorrow? Tomorrow is the 19th. Technically today, but who cares? Right, we're starting early. We're starting at 6:30 with a $22 and a $2.20 freeze out. And the big event for us tomorrow is going to be at 9:30, the $55 KO and the $5.50 KO. And the day after, on Friday, we start at 6:30 with 3 tournaments, one of them the $109 KO, another $11 KO, and then $110 KO. Kind of a funky mix, but I enjoy the KO so much I even play the 110s, even though they're not as, payout-wise not as exciting. I could afford to play a little higher. Why the hell am I in this hand? Blue was saying great flop. Get it in. I believe I did in that case. Scare Manja, good to see you back. You probably heard by now that you're catching me at the tail end of the stream. Busted all the tournaments. There were only 2 today on the small stars tournament. But yeah, so, that much for the outlook. The next 2 days are going to be exciting. I am at least very excited. The KO is a $55 KO. The first one we played a couple of days ago, we took on 1 bounty at least. But that was the day before yesterday. Yeah, that was the bad beat day. Yesterday was a day where I didn't really bring my greatest game, and the dealer wasn't particularly nice or nasty. That was all meh. But the day before, that was a bad beat day for a change. I do remember that. That's pretty alright. Even 300, I would say, to c-bet. Raised. Force. Queen 4 offsuit. I guess. I think there's like on my better days, there's a decent chance of getting away here. When there's so much left to play for on the flop in the single race pot. Yeah, it shows you that today ain't my day. When it comes to me bringing my A game or whatever. So go for the last over on all tables, I'd say. Can we rate? Yeah, what's happening in the chat? 8 short-handed, yeah, me too. Watching this makes me want to play again. I know how you feel, Blue Boy. That's what got me into PLO, watching Jay Nandes play. I was like, oh man, this looks just way too much fun. Cheers, thank you for saying that. This thing we play too tight for short-hand. Yeah, me too. Can't play tourneys either. Tourneys I would recommend taking a look into, because it's like playing poker 10 years ago. They're super soft, but don't tell anyone. No, they really are. It's a mental thing, embracing the variance. Yeah, that very much is. So, calling it a night here in a minute. You heard stream starting at 6:30 tomorrow with some freeze outs. Later on, we played a $55. If you missed the study stream today, feel free to check it out on YouTube. It'll be there by tomorrow, I believe. Let us go. Also, some previous study streams there, and they're quite fun if you're into like broadening or deepening your knowledge about PLO. I think those might be of help. They're certainly helping me, which is the whole reason why they exist. So, who is on? Oh, Suffix. Yeah, sure, let's rate Suffix. That sounds fun. Probably more PLO happening there. Yes, indeed. That sounds all right. Nice. An ultimate hand. One more after this one. And luckily also a playable one. We can call a raise as well. This channel has tempted me to play again. Ah, as I said, I know where you're coming from. I understand. So we have a gutter. Still have the queens, and we have backdoor flush draw. So unless he pots, we got a call here once. Sorry. He checks though, and now we do pick up the flush draw. He checks on this board. Maybe I can even lead it. Like, well, what does he check? He doesn't check the ace king, doesn't check the king queen. And this is not a board to check aces on. I think I believe he could go for the check raise. It's an awkward spot. Yeah, let's go with like 50% size for the raise. If he, you know, he could have crushed. He could have kings. That would be a board to check kings behind on, I guess. Didn't consider that. Ooh. Well, last hand is putting out all the stops, huh? Scaremunch, I completely agree. Yeah, the opportunities to study are better than ever. And Mastermind Bucket Tool is a lot of fun and it's amazing. The PLO Visions software is really amazing as well. And if you want to check those out, again, I use those to do some little self-advertisement, I guess. I did study streams with both, and you find them on my YouTube channel in the study stream playlist, I believe it's called. There's a playlist there. You should be able to find it. That's all I got. Let's head over to Zufex. At least I hope that's how you pronounce his name. I never quite figured that one out. And see what he's up to. And if you want, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for the nice words today. Thanks for the follows, the sub earlier. Very much appreciated. And for keeping me company in the chat. Hopefully I'll be able to put on a better show tomorrow. I'll make sure to be rested and everything and be well prepared. And then it'll be a long night. Hopefully. But lots of tournaments coming up. Right, that's it. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.